for the next topic, that is Humanizing AI, Navigating Digital Transformation in HR. For this, I would like to call Ms. Merlin Louis, VP HR, Natwest Group. Merlin is a people-centric professional with over 20 years of experience across diverse domains, including 8 years in UK mortgage services and 10 years in human resources. She has expertise in HR operations, resourcing, people data management, and advisory services. With a BSc in mathematics and MBA in system, Merlin combines analytical acumen with managerial skills. A passionate advocate for digital transformation, she has been instrumental in driving digital HR initiatives and holds an executive diploma in HRM and XLRI. Merlin aspires to become a community outreacher contributing meaningful to society and aims to enhance her data analytically expertise to become a data-driven HR leader, continuing to make a significant impact in her field. Can we have a huge round of applause for Miss Merlin?
Thanks, Mithali. Good morning, all. And Mithali, I hope you got the right speaker on the stage. Okay, great. Okay, the reason why I had asked is, the topic that you see here, AI. This AI helped me create my content, put my slides, got me the noting points, got me everything to be there on the stage today, and also the experience that I bring in. So I was wondering if AI would also do the speech today on my behalf. So that's the clarity. But yes, so that's the world we are in, and it's kind of a proper sequel, and thanks to my friend Vivek, who just set the stage for me. So I'm here to talk about humanizing AI, and I'm sure my slides are up, and there you see the picture, which is a very, very famous painting, which is now very much AI'd in the picture, which is the creation of Adam, very nicely painted by Michelangelo, where the God touching the man. We see now the man touching the AI. So that's the kind of world and the kind of evolution we are in. And what you've heard so far is probably, I'm just going to continue on that same bit, and would like to share my experience and as how AI is used in the HR world. So that's why I'm here, and very quickly before we could go into this, this is going to be a little interactive session. I hope you all have your mobiles. If not, I'm sure nobody's going to be there. So please, I'm just going to ask you all to do a bit of Slido so that we can just see what's there in your mind and how this is something that I can kind of blend the thoughts and some bit of reflection. So if you all can just take your mobile and have the slido.com on your phones. I'll just try to get the presentation up also for you for the QR. So while you're bringing this up, Slido, SLIDO.com. If you just put it in the Google, that'll be the first one. Perfect. Okay. And here's the QR code. If you all can just pick that, or you can join through the hashtag, the number that's there. Perfect. Okay, the question that you will see there, what is the first word that comes to your mind when you think of AI in HR, as HR fraternity has HR leaders sitting here? Oh, that's lovely. The Terminator of the, I hope not the HR. Decision, lovely. Please let it come in. I see 3 participants, and I know people are just signing in. Control, lovely. Credo higher, I love that. Okay. Please keep bringing it. Helper makes my life more simpler. Work easier, great assistance, lightning fast hire, absolutely. Losing jobs, yes, we have some answers here if somebody's thinking. Game changer is becoming the top one. Support, there comes the enabler, lovely. I see 37 people participating. Do we have, how many participants do we have? All right. maybe I'll kind of pause as we touch at least close to 60s, 70s. Please do write. Nothing is right, wrong. Nobody is going to award. This is not the award criteria here. So please do put in whatever comes in your mind. Lovely. I see threat. I see growth. Strategic partner. Lovely. Assistant. Orchestrator. Shortcuts. Brilliant. Illuminati. Oh, wonderful. Whoever's written that. Insights and ease of work. Brilliant. Lovely. Thank you so much. I think this is brilliant. And if I need to talk about AI, AI is no more a buzzword. It's no more a futuristic concept. It's there. We are living with AI. Day-to-day life, you start your day, you Uber, you kind of take your car to drive, use Google Maps, you have AI there. And you have AI, we are coexisting with AI. So hence, we need to really understand how can we coexist as a HR fraternity and use AI, and how can we help AI to transform our HR workspace and the world. Great, thank you. I'm just going to pause there, and brilliant, thank you so much. If I can get my slides back, it will be helpful. And moving to the next slide. I would like to also talk about the roles of AI in HR that is available, and then would like to also hear from you in terms of how do you think it will be helpful. So moving on to the next slide. Yes. So role of AI in the digital HR. One is, I think most of the statements kind of resonate to the previous talk that you heard. How can we use AI in our HR world? And we are talking about automating things, right? And automation's already been there. We are no more paper pushers, earlier we used to call ourselves as. We are no more into that paper and pen mode. We have we are there better digitally, right, today in the HR world. How can we automate things? And why do we need to automate things? Today, any repeated task, anything that we are duplicating, any cut, copy, paste, any simple key-ins that we're doing, how can we reduce those kind of a simpler tasks and move ahead, move away from that, and really be HR, and not as just a HR administrators by just working on tasks, because we are called ourselves as human resources, and we need to be really giving it back to the human element there. So how can we get that? By increasing efficiency. Data-driven insights, we heard about it. We leveraging AI to process and just not tasks, and in terms of to enhance our decision-making. We heard it. How can we augment our decision-making by using AI-driven insights? And there are examples that I would like to quote, and I will bring that up in a while. Employee experience, the core existence or the core purpose of us all in this room is to deliver that, the employee experience bit. How can we make it better using the AI? And as I'm talking, Gartner's and McKinsey's have given a lot of statistics, right? And 23, they said almost 36% of the HR is thinking about deploying. 24, 56% have deployed in some form or the other. AI has been deployed in the HR processes, practices, and everywhere, right? And as I'm talking, I don't know, it could have gone up. And where are we? The question is, where are you and your organization is? And moving ahead, than the organization, how about you as a HR leader? How are you utilizing the AI, which is a technology in hand? It is available to everybody. How are we utilizing to simplify our lives? As I've just mentioned, the whole AI helped me to make contents, to create slides, to create what poll that I should do, to also give me the notes that I should speak on. And also it told me what can I be learning out of it, or what can I be missing out of this. So today, how are we using it? Is it machine doing everything? No, it's my mind going into the machine and then machine giving me the output that I wanted, made me more efficient so that I can deliver best things here. So when it comes to employee experience, I would like to share an experience as how in HR that we have deployed it. Just a story that I would like to tell that 2019, from 2019, I've been raising a kid, okay, a small kid. And we were trying to name it, a lot of difficulties, but we named it. And then the gender revealing part came, and I'm sure a lot of parents would do, not in India, abroad. It was pretty difficult. And then we kept raising the child, and then we fed the child, and the child kept learning. And we also celebrated its birthday every year by cutting cake and celebrating it. And sometimes folks complained about this kid. So as a parent, what would you do? You go back and discipline the kid or correct the kid. So we did that as well. So the kid that I'm talking about is one of the chatbots that we deployed in our organization. And we literally called it as a kid, a new block in the kid, and the kid is no more a newer to us. So this is the chatbot that we used to help our colleagues to reach out to HR and ask queries and ask questions. So how did it change the views, or how did it help our colleagues? So no more as HR, we told colleagues, everybody says, reach out to HR for anything. We said, no, reach out to this AI chatbot if you have any questions. And we enforced it, we reinforced it so that the colleagues go to the chatbot to understand. So that become a self-service-led organization. So we are not asking colleagues to every time come to us and ask for information and clarify things, but they kind of managed it by themselves. And as a HR, how did we feel? We had more time so that we could focus things better. The team that was managing and answering every query is now doing something better than what they were doing earlier. So that's one beautiful experience, I would call it as. And as I'm talking, that particular bot is now evolving. I would say it's attained age and it's going above, and it's now using the generative AI and giving responses to the colleagues, more personalized one. And if I go and ask, what's my balance of leave, it gives me. What can I do for this particular colleague with this kind of background? It gives me a response in terms of what I should be doing. So that is how the employee experience or the colleague experience have improved by using AI. And I'm here as a standing example or an ambassador who driven this particular project for the last 5 years. And we are evolving, and I wouldn't say we are settled, we are still evolving it. So just moving ahead, again, I would want you all to go back to the same Slido if you have it open. Can I get the Slido back? And I have a simple question. As a HR, how confident are you in understanding on how effectively you can harness the AI, leveraging AI, using AI in the HR process? What's your smiley looking like today? Okay. Bro. Don't get influenced by others. You just put in your smiley there in terms of you rate yourself. That's what happens in Slido sometimes. Lovely. Great. Great, thank you so much for responding. A call for action for people. Okay, I'm just going to play that as well so that the results are on. So a call for action for people in the first 3 grids, right? 1% and 8% and 25% have rated themselves almost 3 and below. Please wake up, I would say. Please know about what's happening in the world. I think my dear friend described wonderful stories and brought in some wonderful models here. So please go back, read. There are a lot of stuff available. I didn't know which one to pick and which one to stop. Too many information, too many data available for us, but for you to know what can be used. And when we say AI, everybody thinks that we need to think about a transformation, the word big words come into play, but it's about simple examples of tasks. And I can just tell you in terms of how we have used it, and I have used it personally, and also my team have used it, and we have seen efficiencies coming out of it. AI is about building efficiencies, making us more powerful, right? If I can get the slides back, it's about how we build this technology to, to complement the human bit in us. So one beautiful example that I would want to just bring in as we go here. Okay, my slides are not moving. Okay. So as I said, we're blending technology with empathy. So when I say empathy, yes, we are human resources. We need to have this element with us. Empathy in digital AI should enhance the human experience by automating routine tasks. And as HR leaders, how many of us are using, this was a question that I asked because you can go draft your emails and sit and work throughout the night, and you have assistants, many of you will have, who are executive assistants or personal assistants that you all have. Please look at things. Today, AI can sit and give you responses, give you insights in terms of the chats. Yesterday, I was away for half a day, and then I came back. There were too much of conversation happening in MS Teams. In my Teams group, I was like wondering where to start and where to finish. I just asked the co-pilot, give me the summary of the conversation today. It gave me the summary in 4 lines. And I just read it, and I got the entire picture. And I wanted to write a response to somebody who's been following up on things, and I'm also following up. And I just need to put hints development there. I'm sure all of us in our school days, we did this hints development. I just need to put in those keywords, and it gave me the draft response, what I should be responding for. And it was perfect responses. And as HR, and somebody was asking me when I came in, am I a HR by profession or am I a HR by inspiration? I'm an accidental HR. When I took this HR role, only thought that was coming into my mind was too much of English to be written, too much of documentations. But I'm here as a happy person here because that English is taken away from me because AI is helping me. And AI is helping colleagues who are sitting and writing drafts and notices and warnings and responses, notifications to colleagues, all that can be dealt by dealt by the AI technology. So there are simple tools. You don't need to go invest on multiple big tools, but there are simple tools which we can use so that we can spend our time where colleagues need us the most, where there are vulnerable colleagues, where there are the complex situations that you need to step in to handle, where there are interventions that on engagement that you need to do. You can spend in more time where the human intelligence is required so that the artificial intelligence can take care of these administrative tasks. So it could be used on a very simpler basis. I'm not talking about different models here, but just the basic where it can help us in our routine, day-to-day routine for ourselves. Then comes employee experience. As I've just mentioned, how can it enhance the experiences when it's we just saw about the performance support. There are bots, there are AI technology, apps, which can help the line manager to have a right conversation, can give right feedback. If they deviate from things, it can give a feedback to them, coach them to say how to have a right conversation so that there is no impact. So there are multiple ways, and also it can build learning paths. I can name some of them, like Casey is one of them, wonderful tool. It can give a learning path to somebody who wanted to go into a developmental mode in particular area. It gives you list of learnings, and you can continue to work on that. And as also for surveys, where we are focusing on data-driven insights, every service, there are too much of text to sit and parse. So your AI can give you simple views and insights. And HR is the place where we hold or host or hoard most of the data of the organization. So we should be the ones using this particular tool to talk to the data and give us the insights on what we should be knowing. Not going through the multiple, when I say data, it could be Excel, it could be Word, it could be text, it could be in form of anything. So we need to be using that, and as I'm speaking, last week we just introduced an automation where we cut the data of HR in terms of what kind of cases have been handled and then presented to the business so that the business knows about how, what, and is there any recommendation, is there any call to action. We do it for 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, every 6 months. Today the tool, I just upload the data for last 6 months. The AI tool talks to my data and gives the response in terms of what insights that I should be sharing with the business. It cuts the data and gives it to the business. So it made it so simpler, 2 to 3 weeks of work in a day or two. So that's how it has been used and leveraged. Wonderful use case that are there. Lot of opportunities in HR, not just only for key-in, not just only for a back-end work, but this can be used for multiple other things. And it is a collaborative tool. We can use AI as a collaborative tool, bring into our system so that it helps us to showcase our digital mindset to our colleagues, to our candidates, and also continue to enhance our efficiencies. Last, artificial intelligence is not a replacement for humans. It's about amplifying, augmenting the human potential. So as HR, as we know, as the Spider-Man says, greater the power, the greater the responsibility. We need to be responsible in managing this AI. That's the only bit that we have. There are many taxonomies that we hear, AI hallucination, and we talk about AI mistakes, context handling failures. So many things are there. Everything comes with a risk. There are associated risks. But how are we going to mitigate and how are we going to put in control by still using our human intelligence is going to be important. So as HR, we just need to create a workplace where technology and human coexist and we are not replacing each other. So that's my giveaway here. But thank you so much for participating and really helpful. And I hope it was useful. And if you all wanted to know about real-time, anything that's happening, to know about some of the use case that we have identified, please do come to me, and in any of the sessions I can kind of have a chat with you all. But thank you so much for patiently listening and really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Merlin. I would request you to please stay back on the stage. And to do the felicitation, I would like to call Mr. Rajashekar Kancherla from HL Mando Anand India Private Limited. Can we have a huge round of applause for Ms. Merlin?